Okay, nocturnal news. Welcome, my friends, and thank you for joining me on this beautiful evening. Leave a comment below. I would love to say hello to you. Okay, let me just give you a few bullet points real quick, okay? This amazing, we're going to call it a UFO UAP case, okay? You have a drone that nearly hit a Border Patrol helicopter. The Border Patrol then phones or radios the Tucson police. They send up their helicopter unit, and they chase this drone for over an hour. Okay, now that's very important. You guys know if you fly drones don't fly for an hour. Okay, it gets better. Not only were they chasing this drone for an hour, but it was going over 100 miles per hour in a 40-mile-an-hour headwind. Now, what does that mean? Drone is going this way, 100 miles an hour, 40-mile-an-hour headwind coming this way. That's impossible. That's beyond any capability that we know of in terms of drones. Okay. Now, all they saw, the only thing that the Border Patrol witnessed or the Tucson police witnessed was a green light glowing underneath this UFO. And that's it. They couldn't make out a frame, an object, or anything. They couldn't hear anything. They didn't witness anything. Just this mysterious green light going 100 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour headwind. Now, they had an infrared camera. And again, I'm just giving you a few details here. An infrared camera. So when pressed by the media, the FBI, they said, well, what did you get? Right? You have an infrared camera. What heat signature did you acquire? And they said, well, we didn't. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute now. If it's a drone, a battery, even a bird, even a tiny little bird, you can pick up a heat signature. So here's what they said. Okay, guys, ready for this drum roll. This is what the Tucson, Arizona police, chief and all the FBI agents said. They said, ready? It was propane power. Propane and propane accessories. I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. Okay, so they're trying to tell me and you, the public, that they didn't get a heat signature on this drone, a freaking UFO, because it is powered by propane and propane accessories. Are you kidding me? This is worse than swamp gas, okay? I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's in the FBI report, in the online police report. I can leave a link below, and that's their story, and they're sticking to it. Okay, so think about this, guys. This UFO sent this police helicopter on a wild, goose chase all over the city, going 100 miles an hour for over an hour, okay? It's basically doing loops, and I'm going to show you the flight path here in just a minute. Okay, they've got the infrared camera zoomed in on it, and they can't get a heat signature because it's powered by propane. And it also flew for over an hour, and then it zipped off to the left before they lost it somewhere over, I think, Arizona. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking the exact same thing that I thought. Drug smugglers, right? And you're right. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of drones that cross the border. Drug smugglers. But there is no drone known to man, okay, unless maybe we're talking about a black budget military project, known to man that can fly for over an hour, okay, at in excess of 100 miles per hour for over an hour, zigzagging all through the sky, evading police helicopters, and not produce not one inkling, not 1 ounce of a heat signature. It's impossible, guys. So anyway, let's get to it. Here we go. All right, guys, so this is a news clip that I found on YouTube, and I wanted to kind of just bring it to you guys, and I'm going to react to it. It's basically what I just told you. They go into greater detail, and of course, like always, I will go into greater detail. Let's go. Awesome.
On 12 News at 6, police chasing a drone across the city at more than 100 miles an hour. And now the FBI is looking for the pilot. Tonight, the police report from February incident shows that the pilots could not believe what they were chasing. Team 12's William Pitts brings us the story that you...
Okay, you heard that. They said they're chasing, again, a drone at over 100 miles per hour, and even the police could not believe what they were seeing, what they were witnessing. This is a cover-up, guys. I mean, look, bear with me. I'm telling you, look, this is another gem. We don't get many of these. This is a grade A, perfect example of a cover-up.
You won't see anywhere else.
According to the police report, this was far beyond a commercially available drone like this one, and nobody has any idea who was flying it or why. A high-speed chase thousands of feet above Tucson was something...
By the way, I don't know how I forgot to bring this up. I'll bring it up later in the video. But 14,000 feet. Okay, so this drone was at I mean, that's crazy, guys. You guys know I have a drone sitting right over here. That is unheard of. Powered by propane in the air for over an hour. Let's continue.
Even the cops couldn't catch. The first time anyone saw it, it almost crashed into a Customs and Border Protection helicopter at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. Tucson PD put up their helicopter to find it. According to the police report, the Tucson PD pilot called it a very sophisticated and specialized drone. It had a green light on its belly, but they could never see it, not even with infrared goggles. They chased it all over the city.
Okay, you heard that. You said they could never see it, not even with IR goggles. And also they had infrared cameras. And look, right there, look at this, guys. This is the flight pattern right here. Couldn't see it, couldn't catch it in the air for over an hour. 14,000 feet. I mean, this is crazy.
The flight path of the helicopter. They circled at least 14 times, going 100 miles an hour. And the drone kept evading them, even circling the chopper at that speed. Finally, one of the pilots said the thing went over the top of Mount Lemmon, more than 14,000 feet up. That's when the helicopter started running out of gas, but the drone was still going more than an hour later. To understand how bizarre this is, you need...
Okay, the helicopter, the police helicopter, was running out of fuel, but the drone, no problem, kept going. This propane and propane accessory powered drone was still going after 1 hour, 100 mile an hour in a 40 mile an hour headwind.
You need a little basic drone knowledge. Now, this is one of the drones we use here at 12 News. We're only allowed to go 400 feet up in the air, and really on its best day, it's only going to go about 5 miles away from the control station. And no commercially available drone will be able to go more than a half hour without a battery change. Whatever Tucson PD saw blew past all of those limits.
What you'd be looking at would be a hybrid system. So it'd be something like maybe a propane-powered electrical jet.
Okay, so of course they have to bring on the expert to say that this was a hybrid system and, it would have to be propane. Well, they have no proof of that whatsoever. They have no proof other than they're simply speculating as to what they think. Now, what do I think? Could it be alien? Of course, but I think this is another black budget military craft, okay, just like the USS Nimitz, just like perhaps even Roswell. Look, this has been going on forever. Let's continue.
Generator.
Vic Moss is a drone expert with the Drone Service Providers Alliance. We sent him the police report to check it out.
This is not a normal drone.
Vic says what this drone did is possible, just very hard and very expensive, like Department of Defense expensive.
I would say it's almost a drone that got away from somebody, but...
You heard that. Very expensive, almost DOD, the Department of Defense. And by the way, now the DOD is involved and the FBI. Let's continue.
There's all kinds of weirdness in that report.
The pilots said in their report that they couldn't really see what they were chasing, but with 2 pilots plus the air traffic controllers, leads Vic to believe the helicopter pilots did not.
Wait a minute. So they couldn't see what they were chasing, but they know it was a drone. They didn't have an IR signature, but they know it was propane. How do you know this, Mr. Expert? How do you know this, FBI? How do you know this? You don't. Look, they are guessing, and they are hiding this. They don't want this to get out to the mainstream media, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, all the legacy media, garbage media. By the way, all of them. This is the real media right here. Little nobodies like me on YouTube that'll tell you the truth. And I truly believe this is, again, some type of black military budget program. But Could be aliens. It absolutely could. Let's
Make
continue.
a mistake.
So the credibility of the witnesses, the fact that there was more than one, they probably didn't get it wrong in the fact that something was there and it was probably a drone.
So what was it? No one really knows. And the FBI and the FAA definitely want to know what this was, because if it had hit a helicopter or even a plane, it could have done some major damage. So far, the only thing the FBI is saying is that they're looking for tips.
Okay, so of course the FBI, claims they're looking for tips because I think honestly they don't know what it is. This is above their pay scale. This is above their pay grade, and they don't know what this is. And I do believe that, but to kind of arrogantly just say that it's a drone and it's probably powered by propane, although, it was at 14,000 feet for over an hour, outmaneuvering, outrunning a highly sophisticated police helicopter and customs and border patrol helicopter, they just assume it's a drone. I mean, look, guys, sooner or later, the truth is going to come out. All right, so look, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and just read some statements, key statements from some of the witnesses involved, and, basically just relative info that I think is important. So here we go. All right, just a few details that I believe are important and relevant to this particular UFO case. Now, first, let's have a quick look at that flight log right here. I mean, look at this. You see the green line. That's the police helicopter, and that is the UFO. And you see it darts off to the left, and that's where they lose it because they're about to lose fuel. Okay, let's read this. The UAS was able to fly into 40-mile-an-hour headwind and still maintain 100-mile-per-hour airspeed during the extended surveillance. The UAS never displayed signs of reduced power or weakening power supply. It was clearly not a store-bought drone, basically. Okay, this is something, DOD, black budget, DARPA, Skunk Works, who knows. Our track took up to an altitude of 12,000 feet. Okay, now we know it was actually 14,000 feet. The UAS is when it was in excess of 14,000 feet. Its speed at times was well in excess of 100 miles an hour. I mean, look, a lot of the racing drones, they go 100, no problem, but not at 14,000 feet and 40 mile per hour wind. Okay, here's just a few of the FAA rules. Okay, I mean, just, in case you guys don't know. Now, I also thought it was interesting that it went over Mount Lemmon, or is that Lemmon? I believe it's Mount Lemmon. So where was it going? I'm going to look on the map and just kind of see, what direction that is and what's that way, basically. Is it north, south? I don't know. Okay, Border Patrol helicopter had bizarre encounter with a mysterious, highly modified drone. Again, the reason I wanted to show that clip, that headline, they're calling this a highly modified drone, but they have absolutely no proof whatsoever that this was a drone. Now, here's kind of the general consensus across the internet. We literally couldn't see it visually or on IR. We couldn't see anything, just a single green light on the bottom, but it was definitely a drone, for sure. We just didn't see anything, but that's what it was. And he says, am I reading that right? Okay, because that's what the police report says. That's the statement from the FBI and the authorities, is we don't know nothing. We didn't see a damn thing, but we know exactly what it is. Okay, sounds like a cover-up to me. No heat signature. Well, it's powered by propane. Okay, well, it shouldn't be hard for debunkers to ID specific drones from open sources that can travel significantly faster than 100 miles per hour, stay aloft for more than 1 hour, climb to 14,000 feet, have green lights, and would have a reason to evade police. Also, the report says the drone easily outran chopper traveling at more than 100 miles per hour. Okay, I mean, again, guys, I'm an avid drone flyer, and I've never heard of a drone, not even a military drone, with these capabilities. And when I say drone, I'm talking about, not a giant plane, but a drone. All right, so there you have it. Now, look, there's only a couple of possibilities in my mind. Either this is like some DOD skunk work, Lockheed Martin, NASA, SpaceX level drone, or, this is something, black budget, like what I believe we saw during the USS Nimitz off the coast of California, Commander Fravor, blah, 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 blah. We all know the story. Now, one thing I don't like is how they're selling the narrative that this is a propane powered craft, and but yet it has capabilities beyond any of our understanding, because drones simply aren't supposed to do this. Okay, so 2 plus 2 isn't 5, and that's what they're trying to tell us here, and I do smell a cover up. So leave a comment below, tell me what you think, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.